Hi, everybody. Wishing all of you a very good evening. Thank you for joining us on a Wednesday evening. We're super excited to be talking about a new program launch with McMurry University, Texas. Um, I'm Praneeth. I head the undergraduate business for upGrad. Super keen to be speaking about McMurry. We have with us Greenwood, who is the Vice President for Enrollment Management at McMurry, Texas. Um, as already uh, defined, upGrad runs a pioneering articulation model where you spend 1 year in India doing 30 out of the 120 credits, and you transfer to campus and complete the rest of the 3 years, or you do the first 2 years of your coursework in India with upGrad online with a partnership with Chandigarh University, and then you move for the last 2 years on campus. This model allows you to, of course, cut down the expenses of your US higher education or your US bachelor's degree by a 50%, but also ensures that you are more academically ready, you're more equipped, you're more prepared, you have got greater capabilities that you've honed during those 1 or 2 years to academically champion your life and accelerate your career outcomes when you reach the United States. I'm sure all of you who are here have explored studying abroad already and are well aware that US is pretty expensive when it comes to higher education for an Indian student. And so we at upGrad have been striving tirelessly to ensure that education for Indian students is more democratized, it's more accessible, it's more affordable, and you know, we've got almost 10 million students attending college in India at this point, and uh, we'd love if some of these students can actually not just aspire to study abroad, but actually end up and transfer abroad after a year or two of studying in India. So that's the mission. And we've got certain universities in the world that have been extremely keen on this model and have pioneered on this model with us, one of which is McMurry. So Grant, over to you. I'd love for you to introduce McMurry University, Texas, and let us know about, the location, the statistics, how is the McMurry experience, and what does it mean to study at McMurry for an international student? Also, for all of you to know, we've launched our BBA, our Bachelor of Business Administration, and a Bachelor of Science Computer Science with McMurry University, Texas. And they've got scholarships over 14,000 US dollars a year, which is huge. So over to you, Grant.
Yes, thank you, Praneeth. I appreciate the introduction, and we're certainly excited to be partnering with upGrad and our Indian partner university at Chandigarh University to serve students. And so we hope that this partnership with upGrad is a great opportunity for those of you joining our webinar today, those of you learning about the partnership for our two specific programs, as Praneeth mentioned earlier, our Bachelor's of Business Administration and our Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science. And so I want to talk briefly about those programs to give you some insight as to the experiences that you might have in the classroom and also on our campus at McMurry University in Abilene, Texas, if you are to participate in this program and continue your online studies in a face-to-face format in the States at our campus at McMurry University. So I'm going to share my screen just so I can show some images of our campus. And Praneeth, I don't know if you have control over screen sharing or not, but if you could give me that access, I'll share my screen. I have a PowerPoint slide deck to help us guide our conversation today. Praneeth,
Sure, I've just made you the co-host.
Excellent. Okay, can you all see my screen? Praneeth, am I on the right? Good, thank you. All right, so again, this is a partnership with upGrad and Chandigarh University for students, for you all to transfer into McMurry University here in Abilene, Texas, in the United States. Here's some images of our campus and our campus quad. We have a very beautiful campus here in Abilene, Texas, in a very moderate climate. I want to talk a little bit about our campus, and then of course I'll talk about our programs as well. We think we do a lot of great things here at McMurry University. As I mentioned earlier, we're a smaller campus, so we definitely prioritize community, but it's not at the sake of providing an excellent academic experience for you. And we think our most recent rankings in the U.S. News and World Report certainly highlight the things that we do well at McMurry University. We're ranked as the fourth best value college in our region. And so, as Praneet mentioned earlier, one of the reasons we partnered with upGrad is to provide affordable education for our international students. And so we think this is one way to do that, an extension of our value and why we're ranked as one of the best value colleges in the States. We're also ranked as the 11th best regional college in our area, and that's largely due to our outcomes. Our students perform very, very well once they graduate from our campus, our international students included, finding careers and making progress towards their aspirational goals. So just some high-level statistics for you so you get an awareness and some context for who we are. Again, we are located in Abilene, Texas, so that's kind of central Texas. We are located very centrally to all the major metro areas in the state. So we are about an hour and a half drive from the major metro areas of Dallas, Fort Worth. We're about an hour to 2 hour drive from Austin, Texas, the capital of our state. We're about 3 hour drive from San Antonio, and about a 5 hour drive. We're about 300 miles or so from Houston, Texas. So there's a lot of things to do within our community. We've got about 150,000 people in Abilene, Texas. So we are a mid-sized, mid-tier city. We have all the amenities that you might expect in a major metro area. Plus, we are very close in distance to those areas too. So part of our programming for our international students and how we support our international students is to make sure you have experiences that really give you the full experience in the state. So not only are you going to be integrated into our community, we're going to provide opportunities for you to be integrated into those major metro areas too. And that could be through internships, through travel opportunities, through some of our programs as well. We have about 1,150 students at McMurry University. So we are a very small campus. So we prioritize community and small classroom sizes, which we think benefits our students. So your biggest class at McMurry University will probably be around 15 to 18 students. And so we think that's best for our students to be successful. Our teacher to student ratio is 11 to 1. So you will get to know your faculty members very well in our business school if you choose the Bachelor of Business Administration and our computer science program as well, which also gives you a lot of one-on-one time with our faculty, research opportunities with our faculty, and specifically in our computer science programming, some technology support and some programming that's unique to our campus at McMurry. I want to include in here that there's a lot of exciting things happening on our campus. And so we are currently building our biggest campus project ever in the history of our campus. We are building a new student center at McMurry University. It's happening right outside my office. But this is a 20,000 square foot facility. It's going to be a $21 million project. It's going to house all of our student-focused efforts. It's going to have our student support offices in there. The International Support and Global Engagement Office will also be housed in here, as well as our esports complex, our fitness center, and some food opportunities for our students and some hangout spaces as well. So we're very excited about this. This building will launch in fall of 2023. So if you pursue this partnership and this degree at McMurry University and come to our campus, you'll certainly be able to take advantage of this brand new facility. So give you some more context about McMurry. I'll talk just briefly about our campus, and then I'll move into the specific programs that Praneet highlighted earlier, our Bachelor of Business Administration and Computer Science degree. But I do want to give you some context for the students who are on our campus. We do serve students on our main campus here in Abilene, but we have a pretty robust online campus as well. We are a designated minority serving institution, which means that our campus is very diverse in relation to our other campuses in our community. And so there are a lot of different students from a lot of different backgrounds and a lot of different nationalities and countries as well. So we admitted students from over 40 different countries this past fall. We have representation from a number of countries, and currently we have about 40 to 50 international students on our campus. And it looks like our international population is continuing to grow, and we're hopeful we can grow our international student population to 60 to 70 students in the next year. Let me continue on. hit some of these highlights earlier, but I do want to point outside of our two programs that we are going to highlight and focus on with upGrad and Chandigarh University. We do have 55 different academic programs that students can pursue and choose at McMurry University. That's important for you to know, because if you pursue one of these two programs, you'll also have opportunities to fit in a different minor within those programs. So there's a lot of different options for you to pursue, say, the business administration degree, but also minor in marketing or accounting or finance. That's completely possible with this transfer articulation agreement that we have. So it's important to know we have very diverse and robust academic offerings, most of which you will benefit from by selecting a separate minor in addition to your major and program. We also offer an honors program at McMurry University that our transfer students and international students can participate in if you're so inclined to do that, which gives you more one-on-one time with our faculty members, designated honors courses within the business school and within our computer science program. It also gives you an opportunity for a capstone project where you develop your own research, unique research alongside a dedicated faculty member. So you're working one-on-one with that faculty member to produce research and presentations, which look excellent on internship applications and job applications as you pursue OPT possibilities after graduation. So for those of you who are interested in that higher academic track, who have a successful GPA, the honors program might be a great option for you. We also have a lot going on in terms of our campus culture. And so we have 21 different NCAA varsity sports. So it's a big piece of our campus culture. And if you choose to transfer into McMurry University, chances are you will go to a football game with other students on campus. You'll go to a basketball game or a baseball game. All of those resources and amenities are included in your tuition and fees. So all of those athletic programs and social clubs that you may choose to get involved in, like international groups or Diversity Affairs Council, whatever it may be, all of those are included in your tuition and cost. So a lot of things always happening on our campus. Our students are moving in on campus here in the next couple of weeks. And then the first week, we'll celebrate our kickoff here at McMurry University by attending our first home football game. So very vibrant student life, tons of different opportunities to get plugged in and really have that university experience in the States where you can be involved in integrating our campus and be a part of all those athletic experiences as well. So we do highlight that because a lot of our students are interested in that, participate, and I think it's a big piece of our campus culture. So here are a few shots from our home football games. We usually have a packed stand out there. It's a great experience as a student to participate and be out there and cheer on the McMurry University Warhawks on the field. We also have a lot of support services for international students to make sure that once you come to McMurry University through this transfer partnership, that you are successful on our campus. And so one way that we do that is providing you a student success coach. So every international student will have an individual on our campus, a full-time staff member, who is dedicated to helping you navigate immigration issues, getting acclimated to our campus and to the United States, getting acclimated to the classroom experience at McMurry University, and also just supporting you through your time here. So if you need resources while you're living on campus, our student success coaches can certainly help out with that and provide tutoring or provide food and resources, anything that you may need to make sure that you feel comfortable and engaged on our campus. We also have career services counseling on our campus, and partially how that'll affect you is they'll help you navigate and choose internships that are best for you and that meet your visa requirements, but also provide some pathways to OPT jobs after you complete your degree at McMurry University. So we have a full-time staff member dedicated to that as well. We have 3 separate residence halls on campus. All of our students that come into McMurry University as new students live on campus for the first 2 years. As a transfer student, we would encourage you to live on campus at least for the first year. We do also have campus apartments on our campus that is just adjacent to campus and walking distance that upperclassmen and our international students can choose from as well. Should be noted too that we're also building a brand new apartment complex starting in the fall of 2023. So that'll be an option for our international students and for you should you decide to transfer into McMurry University. Okay, let me focus in and dive a little bit deeper and talk just briefly about our Bachelor of Business Administration and our Bachelor of Computer Science. As Praneet mentioned earlier, you start that program online at Chandigarh University in India. And then after you complete 2 successful years there, you can transfer those course credits into McMurry University for the remaining 2 years in your Bachelor's of Business Administration degree. and your computer science degree if you choose that program as well. So you'll have about 60 hours remaining, 60 credits remaining at McMurry University, which again greatly reduces your cost of the education while still providing you an education in the States at McMurry.
Uh, I I just wanted to add something. I just wanted all the attendees to know that a standard US higher ed degree for bachelor is going to be 120 credits wide, which is spread over 4 years, 30 in each year. And so with upgrad, when you spend the first year, of course, you consume the content for those 30 credits online. But we've now got our offline learning centers, experience centers in Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and New Delhi. So you can always move permanently, I mean, or temporarily for the next 6 months or the next 1 year or the next 2 years um, to campus. So, you can either permanently take up the entire duration of the course in India as an on-campus course, or you can transiently choose how many semesters you want to spend on the offline learning center. So you'll get the hostel, you will get a classroom experience, but just make sure that you understand that content consumption is going to be online, but you will have teaching assistants, TAs, helping you cope up with the rigor of academia when you're consuming it. The other part is that uh, when you transfer on campus, there will be about 3 or 4 months of gap, and you will be either taking the January intake or the September intake. That's with McMurry. We start our courses as early as August, so any student who enters our system now as a fresh enrollment will then move to the US campus in September. But anyone who joins us after September for the January batch will then move to McMurray in the January batch. The only thing that I also wanted to prompt Grant to talk about was if there's any majors here, that's STEM majors, and then Grant can, of course, acquaint you guys with how does the STEM majors make a difference when it comes to studying as an international student in the United States.
Thank you, Praneeth, for clarifying, and that's a great topic as well. And I will hit on that topic in terms of the STEM and the OPT extension for our STEM majors when we talk about our computer science degree, because it does qualify. Our business administration degree is probably our most versatile degree with our partnership with upGrad and Chandigarh University, because through the business administration school, you're going to take courses in a variety of concentrations within business. So you will get a business administration degree, but the courses that you will take will focus in on marketing, economics, consumer behavior, finance, accounting, management, to name a few. So you're going to get a well-versed education in business, even some courses in entrepreneurship. So once you pair that with a minor here at McMurray University, you can focus in on one of those disciplines to supplement your Bachelor of Business Administration degree. So because of that, there's a lot of different outcomes for students who pursue a Bachelor's of Business Administration. You could go into fields and careers in any one of these fields, because the Business Administration degree is going to equip you with the baseline skills that you need in each one of these fields. So it's a reality that many of our students who graduate the Business Administration degree, some start their own business, some work in banking and finance, some work in management and consulting. We have some who go on to graduate and become accountants, for example. So there's a wide array of fields and opportunities for you post-graduation to continue your career through this program. And so we think it's one of our most versatile ones and one of our most popular majors on campus because of its versatility. You're eligible for 12 months OPT once you graduate. Again, we'll have student success coaches and career counselors who will connect you with our industry local to Abilene and our major metro areas and opportunities that exist. For example, we have partnerships with a number of Fortune 500 companies, one of which, First Financial Bank, is headquartered. Their corporations are headquartered in Abilene, Texas. And so we have a direct pipeline for many of our bachelor's administration students to go straight into banking, finance, or management, or some of those fields with First Financial Bank. But we have numerous other ones. We have students that go all over the states to pursue their careers. And our business faculty are well connected within their industry to provide students on-ramps for OPT and job opportunities. Your expected salary can range pretty widely because you can go into so many different fields with a Bachelor's of Business Administration. But generally speaking, your expected salary will probably be anywhere from $60,000 to $75,000 a year, and that's on average. So you could certainly make more than that depending on the field that you choose to pursue and your experience and your focus, etc. Our business administration degree does have some internships integrated that work with international students that don't conflict with your OPT. So there might be opportunities for you to pursue internships opportunities as well. And a really unique feature of our business administration degree is that we have a student managed university investment fund. So these are actual university dollars that we set aside for our business administration students to then invest in the US stock market, to choose stocks that are performing well, and to allocate those resources across different asset class and stock groups to perform well for the university. And so we give our students full control over that. Obviously, it's guided by the assistance of a faculty member, but that investment fund is valued at over 1.7 million US dollars at this point in time. So it's a great experience for our students who transfer in for the business administration degree, because you'll have opportunities to pursue courses that allow you to manage funds and get you some real world experience through our program at McMurry University.
I also just wanted you to talk about a little bit about CPT. And so if students transfer to you after a year, or if the students transfer to you after 2 years, are they eligible to take up a CPT for a few months?
No, they don't, but they'll have to work closely with our CDSO and TSO. Their visa is maintained. I don't think there's an issue in doing that. We don't have, most of our international students come in as starting freshmen, and so most of them just kind of continue through their 4-year degree and pursue OPT opportunities. But I'll have to gain some clarification on that one.
Sure. Just so you guys know, CPT is curricular practical training, and so it's a great opportunity for international students to gain a hands-on market experience and explore the skills gap, explore where their capabilities fit. And sometimes it helps you make a more informed decision and choice on which minor sequences do you want and which ones are you really good at. So CPT is something that, of course, Grant can come to us back with. But the point is that universities, if they allow you to do a CPT, that enhances and enriches your academic experience so much better, and you can always do that during the breaks. Over to you, Grant.
We try to integrate those opportunities in the business school specifically, because a lot of our programs will integrate an internship, for example, and we'll use that internship as a CPT opportunity for some of our international students. So to answer your question, Praneet, yes, that is certainly a possibility. And it's really a product of our individual focus and approach towards education. So because you'll be working with a student success coach, and because you'll be working with faculty at a very small scale, we'll have opportunities for you to fit in some CPT opportunities. It just gets challenging because some of those internships are paid internships. And so we try to navigate that with our international students very carefully, because that can conflict with your OPT opportunities. And so it's a possibility, and we certainly offer that to our students. And it's really contingent upon the student and their aspirations, what they want to do, what they want to pursue. And so, yes. Okay, let me talk just briefly about our Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Again, this is one of our other programs that we partner with upGrad for our international transfer students to come in. And computer science, cybersecurity, computer programming, programming language is such a high demand field across the globe, and specifically in the States. This is one of our most popular programs and growing. We have emphases in computer science. So it's a very, again, versatile degree, because you're going to have a lot of options to pursue post-graduation that are going to provide you direct access to a high-paying career. Our computer science graduates do very well in the marketplace. They find jobs almost immediately. We have a very high placement rate. Some of our graduates go on to graduate school, but most enter industry almost immediately upon graduating, because there's such a high demand for students with these specific skills. So you'll take courses in networking. You'll learn programming essentials and basic programming languages, HTML, CSS, and there's a whole slew of other credentials that you are provided through our computer science program, and some that are tied directly to industry, like the Cisco networking badges, for example. and you'll learn some basic software engineering as well. So our computer science degree is going to lay a solid foundation for you to be fluent in many areas of computer science and technology. Again, all of our students find high-paying jobs almost immediately because of the demand for these students. And so you have a lot of options to pursue once you complete your degree in computer science. Generally speaking, the average graduate salary is about $87,000 a year. Again, that varies. We have students that command higher wages than that because of their skill set and their success in our program. But that's kind of a good standard and to operate with, around $85,000 to $95,000 a year for students who complete this program and move into industry and find a job and career in computer science or computer programming. One of the reasons why our students are so successful in the computer science degree is, one, again, our small class sizes. So while you're in these challenging classes, your faculty who have terminal degrees in their field will be working very closely with you to ensure that you're successful. So you get a lot of one-on-one time with them. But also your experience in the computer science degree culminates in creating a software system that you then implement as a campus project. And so it gives you tangible experience that you can put on a resume, that you can then apply to jobs for, that our employers value and place a lot of emphasis in. So a lot of great experiences through the computer science program and through our faculty members here. It's a very high paying and high demand job. So also a benefit, and Praneet mentioned this earlier, is that this is classified as a STEM field. Our computer science program is classified as STEM. And so because of that, it is eligible for an OPT extension of 24 months. That is in addition to the 12 months you have already. So you could extend your OPT and continue your career in the States for up to 3 years or 36 months. And so that's a really great benefit of this program as well, because it allows you to establish your career and build your career, and allows you to explore your options post-graduation, depending on what those may be. But because it is such a high demand field and high paying wages, there's such a need for people who have these skill sets. We have qualified for that extension, and it allows you to stay within the States and pursue your career longer than you normally would for other programs. So if that's appealing to you, it certainly could be a benefit to pursue our degree here at McMurry University.
Sure, and I also think it makes a lot of sense. Like you mentioned, if the expected salaries go up to even 90,000 USD, you know, all the attendees should know that you're spending with scholarships almost $14,000 a year. So 28 plus 4 lakhs in India for the first 2 years. And in return, you're getting almost 4 times the amount of investment that you're making. So the ROI is about 400% or 4x for the specific structure of 2+2. Also, I think, you know, it's really useful for you guys to know that normally the United States does not grant a long post-study work visa, but for this specific STEM degree, or for most STEM coded degrees or STEM accredited degrees, they give you, like Ron mentioned, a 24 months extension, which makes it 3 years of total time to work, as long as you can secure a great job. The other part that you guys should know is, and of course Grant is going to be speaking about it, that we've got almost $15,000 of scholarship. So 13 if you get a 2.5 GPA on a 4 scale, and 15 if you get a 3 GPA on 4. So the overall cost of your education goes down by, if you're spending 1 year here and 3 years at McMurry, then the overall cost comes down by $45,000. And likewise, if you're spending 2 years at McMurray, the overall cost comes down by 30,000 USD. That is, of course, in itself a big opportunity for Indian students to start, or sort of aspire or dream towards academic and career success in the United States. Grant, just to let you know, we've got a lot of questions waiting for you in the Q&A button. So I'd request you to give us some time and we can take some of those.
Absolutely. Yes, and Praneet, do you want to talk just briefly about the application process?
Sure. So largely, what we need you to do at this point is get a 60% grade in your grade 12th. You enter you enroll yourself to an Indian university partner, which is Chandigarh University. Once you do that, and after a year, after 2 years, when you transfer, you need to get it or take an IELTS exam, the minimum score of which needs to be 6.5. If you take a TOEFL or Duolingo, then it has to be 79 and 105 respectively. SAT scores are always beneficial, but like Grant mentioned, for Chandigarh University students, it's not a mandatory requirement because you've already proven your academic readiness, right? So, but SAT scores are a good profile building activity. I mean, they can, of course, maximize your chances of getting a good scholarship, of getting a good aid, and of course, helps you be more academically ready. But not normally, a lot of universities in the US still accept SAT as an admission criteria, but because you're already going through a pathway, you won't need that. And I think Grant would take the last point, but remember that the last 2 points are for direct admissions that we're also taking into McMurry.
Well, in addition to your application materials that Steve mentioned earlier, that will be facilitated mostly through upGrad and directed to McMurry University. And there's multiple ways that you can satisfy English proficiency. One is just to demonstrate that you've received instruction in English. And so that might satisfy that requirement for many of our transfer and international students. And then there's also various tests that you can take that verify your English proficiency as well, because it's TOEFL, IELTS, and Duolingo. If you have an SAT score, we can also utilize that to qualify your English proficiency. So in addition to the pieces that upGrad facilitate, we'll also need that, but for many of you, that'll be sufficient with your previous education. I had a few questions about the fees and cost structure in our question and answer, and I mentioned that earlier, so I'll spend just a few minutes talking about our scholarship programs at McMurry University for these specific programs, and then what that means for you in terms of your total cost. Brian already alluded to the value of our degrees and our programs and the ROI that it provides you. And we certainly want to make our education a valuable resource for you. So one way we do that is providing scholarships to all of our international students, and specifically our international transfer students through our upGrad partnership. So we have two different tiers that we award for our international students pursuing the Bachelor's of Business Administration or the Computer Science program. The top level is $15,000 a year, and that is awarded for both years that you are on our campus completing your program. And the way you obtain that is by obtaining a college GPA or a GPA at your starting institution in India of 3.0 or higher. So once you complete the application process and send in your credentials and your transcript to McMurry University, we will award that scholarship automatically. You do not have to apply for that separately. We will just evaluate your transcript and award that aid to you directly. Our second tier is at $13,000. So for students who have a GPA of 2.5 or greater, you will receive that $13,000 award. And again, these awards are guaranteed for both years that you're here, as long as you're maintaining your GPA and performing well in your courses at McMurry University. So we think this is a great feature and benefit of our program, and a great way to save you money and make your degree more affordable. So here is our fee structure. So I had a question about this in our question and answer box. And so this is our estimated costs for this year. Depending on when you might transfer in, that may change. But as of today, here is our cost for tuition and also living on campus in your meal plans. And so the total cost without scholarship included is just at $39,314. When you subtract those scholarships that you may be awarded, your cost is going to be anywhere from $24,000 to $26,000 a year, and that includes all of your tuition and your course credits that you need to complete your degree. It includes living on campus, so you don't have to live off campus and pay rent and living expenses. That is covered in this fee structure here. It also includes your meal plan on campus and our dining hall and our student center and other places where you can gain access to our food services and our vendors. So we think it is a great value for you, especially given the two specific programs that we have, the outcomes in the industry and your average salary, expected salary post-graduation. So we want to, one, acknowledge that you've done a great job in establishing GPA and performing well at your home university. And so one way we do that is to acknowledge your success through our scholarship programs. And so we hope this is helpful in considering your options to McMurry University. Praneet mentioned earlier our intakes. We have two specific intakes at McMurry University for our transfer students. One in our fall semester, which is August and September, and then one in our spring semester, which is typically January. And so as you're progressing through your degree and your course credits at your home institution in India, you'll be working with upGrad to determine the best intake for you. And then of course, they will relay that information to us so that we can serve you and transfer your credits in and support you when you arrive in the States. All right.
Sure. Do you mind if sorry, go ahead.
We're going to work through our question and answers here and provide that.
Yes, we've got a lot of questions waiting for you, Grant.
Yes.
And also, just wanted to thank you for the amazing presentation on the university. I want to know about available scholarship details. So it's 13,000 US dollars every year if you get a 2.5 GPA on a 4 scale in semester 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you're spending 2 years. If you're spending 1 year, then semester 1 and 2. And then it's a $15,000 scholarship if you're scoring 3 on a 4 scale. I'm planning September 2023 intake. So yes, of course, if you start with us this year in September, the lectures are already on, the course has commenced, and after 1 year, you'll have a choice to transfer to McMurry University, or if you still feel like you want to spend 1 more year with us, you're more than welcome to. You can use one of our learning centers in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, or Hyderabad while you're still here and move to campus for all 3 or 4 semesters, so for all 2 or 4 semesters. Grant, I just want to be sure the fee for each year for these bachelor courses is going to be 29,972 US dollars, right?
Yes, that's for the tuition. Yes.
Of course, housing and everything. Got that.
Yes, I should have clarified on this slide. So this is including. So students may pursue living in one of our campus apartments, and if that's the case, they wouldn't be charged for room and board. So your costs could fluctuate depending on if you're living on our campus or you're living in a campus apartment. So you still need to obviously account for your rent and living expenses, etc. So we do include those just for so you can prepare. But if you live on campus, which most of our students do, the total cost is $39,314. Then once you subtract that scholarship, the cost is between $25,000 and $26,000 a year.
Got that. The next question is, do you have master's courses? Yes, we've got about a dozen universities now: Yeshiva, Clark, Johnson and Wales, Bridgeport, Edgewood, Troy, University of West Florida, Touro, Clarkson, which are already listed on our website. Again, the concept is simple. You do a technology or management track for which you do an advanced certificate or a postgraduate program in India. So almost 3 out of the 12 subjects that you're going to be taking up in the US for your master's, or 2 out of 10 for certain universities, can be completed in India. And then once you're done with this, you transfer to the United States after 8 months. But the good part is, if you're a working grad and you'd like to start right away, our batches start every month. And so 8 months of coursework gives you at least 6 months of waiver for your coursework in the United States. You just have to spend 12 months instead of 18 to 24 months for your master's degree. So that is a win-win for you. You can, of course, explore our courses on upgradabroad.com and then, go through it. I'm planning for fall 2023 intake. Am I eligible for undergrad because I have done diploma after 10? So Grant, I would reroute this to you, but just for your awareness and for a contextual reference, diplomas are normally 10 plus 3 years. So you do, grade 11, grade 12, and 1 additional year of engineering, or civil or mechanical, computer science, so on and so forth. So normally in India, 10 plus 3 is considered to be a 10 plus 2 equivalent, right? Because it's been 3 extra years. So he just wants to know if that will be accepted.
Oh, yes.
Sure. Now, I mean, for all the attendees to know, as long as you fulfill the Chandigarh University criteria, this is an articulation agreement, a pathway. So once you're enrolled into CU and you fulfill their criteria, all you've got to do is score enough GPA for McMurry to accept you then as a CU transfer. Yes, Grant?
Yes, that's correct. And Praneet, to your earlier comments too, we do have a few questions in about graduate programs. We do have graduate programs at McMurry University as well. And specific to our business school, we have a Master's of Accountancy program. So for students who pursue the business administration degree, we have many students who then continue on our campus in a face-to-face environment to pursue a Master's in Accounting. So you could elect to do that as well. It's a one-year program, so it's pretty quick. And then you can continue on with your OPT beyond completing your master's degree. So we do have international students who do pursue that degree as well. And it's a natural fit and funnel from our Bachelor of Business Administration program because you will be taking accounting courses in that undergraduate program as well. So just to throw that out there, if you're looking for graduate programs in high demand fields, we do have some of those graduate programs on campus at McMurry University that you could take advantage of after transferring from CU to our campus and completing your undergraduate degree.
Sure. Am I already enrolled in Chandigarh? So I am already enrolled in Chandigarh University. Can I enroll in McMurray? Yes, all existing learners or existential cohorts of Chandigarh University BCA, Bachelor of Computer Applications, can at any point apply for McMurray. You can transfer next year or the year after. Absolutely, yes. So this says anonymous attendee, so I don't know who you are, but yes, you can. Is there any such scheme for masters at McMurray? Yes. So if you mean articulation, I think we're still in the process of getting something with McMurray. But like Grant mentioned, there are already existing master's courses that run at McMurray for a direct admission. And of course, I will help you get in touch with Grant for this. Is there any MBA program in McMurray? How does it cost? I think so. I'd let this go to Grant, but just so you guys know, this is an undergraduate intensive webinar. You can ask all you want, but just keep in mind that in the best interest of the attendance and time, we'll only talk about the courses on feature here. But I can pass this to Grant for now. Is
Yeah,
there an MBA in McMurray?
we do not have an MBA. We do, like I mentioned earlier, have the Masters of Accountancy at McMurry graduate program.
Thanks, Grant. What is the per year fee? It's 29,972 US dollars. The caveat is that the US living expenses are going to be a little too high, and part-time work is not always promised. It's something that you can apply for on campus, but you can't work as an F1 visa holder outside the campus. So keep in mind that you can't rely or depend on part-time work that, hey, I don't need living expenses because I'm going to earn money. It doesn't always work that way. However, campus jobs are in plenty. I can, of course, go back to Grant and ask him what kind of campus jobs do we get, Grant, at McMurray?
Yeah, we do have international student work opportunities on our campus. So as Praneet mentioned, you have to work on campus to maintain your visa status. And so we provide a few options for students to pursue if you would like to do that. For example, we have international students who work in the admissions office to help us serve other international students. So that's one example. But there's also other departments on campus that do have opportunities for international students to work so that you can earn some wages while you're on campus to support your living expenses if need be. So yes, there are opportunities to do that.
Thanks, Grant. We've got one more question. Please share fee and scholarship details one more time. So the fee is 29,972 US dollars. Scholarship is 15,000 US dollars if in case you get a GPA of 3 on a 4 grade, and $13,000 a year if you're getting a GPA of 2.5 on a 4 scale. But just so you guys know, the good part about upgrad articulation of pathway courses is that even if you scored low in grade 12th, it is an amazing platform for you to score better in semester 1, 2, 3, 4, and get into decent or good or high ranked universities across the world. McMurray is one of that pioneer universities that is working or that has recently, you know, accepted, or let's say agreed to be one of such portfolio partners with us, which will accept you as soon as you score, a 2.5 or a 3 GPA and give you scholarships on top of that. But I can go back to Grant and ask him what is the minimum GPA that they need in semester one and two semester one, two, three, four to just enter McMurry
2.0. So essentially,
2.0.
yeah. So assuming you have that GPA as an international transfer student, you'll be accepted at McMurry University. A 2.5 GPA or greater will guarantee you a scholarship that could range up to $15,000 a year. So over the course of 2 years, that'd be a value of $30,000.
Got that. So we've got one more question from Israel. I am Israel. I need a course in International and Diplomatic Relations bachelor's degree. Is there a scholarship and what financial and academic implications are there? So, like Grant and I have been mentioning, uh, we have BBA, BSc as on this setup, but I can go back to Grant and ask him if the university in direct admissions has a course called International and Diplomatic Relations
Not,
Bachelor's.
do not, we do have international business created within the Bachelor's of Business Administration. So we have some of that course content introduced through the programs if you choose the business degree. But we don't have a standalone degree for you, but there are options within your course in the course degree.
Sure. So, Israel, you asked about 100% scholarship. Uh, I think I can go back to Grant for this.
Yes, we don't offer 100% in students. You to have some budget expectations if you are to pursue this partnership degree through CU and McMurray University. And so, we try to make it as affordable as we can by providing scholarship opportunities for you. We can to ensure that the financial fit. So starting, make sure you establish your GPA at CU, and then work with upGrad to then transfer those credits under McMurray University.
Sure. The fee structure is what someone wants to know. So the first year is 2.5 lakhs with upgrad, where you get a year of your coursework done, your teaching done, your research done, your projects done, assignments done, everything done. Your IELTS coaching is done, your visa applications are done, your transfers are done, everything that we need to do in year one. And then if you want to stay for another year, it's going to cost you 1.5 lakhs. Once you get those done, you transfer to McMurray if you're able to score as high as 3 GPA on 4, which is a 75% grade. Then that means that you're going to be spending 14,972 USD a year. Put together for 4 years, the average cost of your education is going to be, one second, close to 27 lakh 65,000 rupees just off, just factoring in your tuition fee. And just so you guys know, an average US degree can go as high as 65, 70 lakh rupees. That is the advantage of studying with upgrad, but that is also one of the largest, uh, you know, advantage of McMurray, that they give you such high amount of scholarships. How easy? So it says, does the final certificate from McMurray mention about 2 years in India? Of course not, right?
Yeah. So the partnership that we have with upGrad and CU is that we in India, and Praneet mentioned those options earlier and how you can do that. And so you'll start your education there, and then you'll transfer your credits into McMurray University for the remaining 2 years of your degree. And so we have two degree programs to choose from: Bachelor's of Business Administration and Bachelor of Science, Computer Science. Both programs require 2 additional years, 2 years on our campus to complete the degree, at which point you can then pursue graduate school or graduate opportunities or OPT. And again, our computer science program will make you eligible for 36 months of OPT compared to the standard 12 months.
Got that. How easy is it to get a STEM job? So of course, technology is, well, Well, I think to begin with, US is the number one tech economy in the world. Technology makes up for about 10% of their GDP, and the tech industry in the US is 1.8 trillion USD. I think that goes a long way to explain that there are abundant tech jobs in the United States. Um, and I think almost 38% of every service that, all the export services is just technology. And so for us to even think about that or uh, even ask Grant makes no sense. I can still go back to Grant because he's more experienced with this. That how easy would it be to get a STEM job, Grant?
Yeah, very, very easy. You kind of hit the nail on the head there, so to speak. So, there's just such an insane demand right now for individuals who have experience and credentials in education and technology. And so the computer science degree is a really great option for those students who are seeking high paying jobs in those fields because there's just unlimited options for you in the States. Of course, our program is prepared for those fields and a high wage. We're going to equip you with your programming and software engineering skills and basic networking skills, and you can go into a variety of different fields within the computer science industry. It's going to be relatively easy to do that, and we'll have professors, faculty, and career service and student success coaches to help you navigate that and connect you with industry as well to ensure that you're successful after you complete the program at McMurry University. So yeah, the short answer is it's pretty easy.
Easy. Thanks, Ron. We have someone who's asking, what are McMurray University rankings and the different majors that it has to offer? I think, I'd request you to go back to your initial slide for BB and BSCS, where you talk about the majors. Also, I think for those of you who asked if the degree is going to be similar, well, yes, I think you have to understand that when any program has an articulation agreement in place, that just basically means you do a part of the coursework from your home country or from a partner organization or entity or university. And when you're doing the coursework, you're still following the same curricular standards, the same curriculum. It's just articulated, which means somebody else is delivering on the behalf of McMurray, but you are still getting a McMurray University normal degree, being received in the job market as a regular student, getting every opportunity on campus fair and square because you're as much a part of McMurray as any other student. It's just that you completed a part of the coursework somewhere else, but normally the first year in the US is pretty foundational anyway. It's just, a basic advanced division of high school. And so for you to take up APs or for you to take up ACT or for you to take up some pre-college courses in school, what that does for you is that puts you at an advanced standing. And so you enter either into the second year or you enter in the first year with a few subjects waived off. So the larger point that I'm trying to make is the US accepts all of such models. As long as you're completing the coursework with the same rigor, with the same curricular standards, and with the same amount of merit. So please rest assured about the part. I think Grant affirmed me on that. Grant seconded me on that. That uh, there is no difference between such degrees. It's just there to make it more affordable for you, right? And so I'll go back to Grant for him to talk about the majors. Grant, please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So at McMurray University, we have over 50 different majors that our students can choose from, but specific to these programs with upGrad and CU, the two programs that you can choose through this articulation agreement are the Bachelor's of Business Administration and the Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science. And so we talked briefly about those programs earlier, but in short, the Business Administration degree is a versatile degree because you will take coursework in multiple disciplines within the business industry. And I've had some of those listed out here. Your average expected salary will be anywhere from $65,000 to $85,000 a year. Could be higher depending on the field in which you enter into. And you're eligible for 12 months of OPT with the Bachelor's of Business Administration. The other program that we're offering to our transfer students through CU and upGrad is our Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. This is eligible for OPT STEM extension. So you have 36 months of OPT that you can utilize post-graduation. Both of these degrees take 2 years to complete after you transfer from CU and the upGrad partnership to McMurray University. And because we've alluded to earlier, there's such demand for STEM and technology focused computer science jobs and practitioners in the United States. It's very easy to find a job that pays well, that's in demand in the States, and that you can qualify for the 36-month OPT for.
Grant, you mentioned the fact that the internship that both of these courses offer can be taken up as a CPD, and you mentioned the capstone is one thing that they can do. I think I'd love for you to explain all the attendees here. What does a capstone really mean? And how much importance does it have towards the outcomes that the learner is actually moving towards?
Good question. So your capstone project is essentially the culmination of all of your coursework in your program. And so it is a project that you typically work one-on-one with a faculty advisor with, which is great experience for you. It also allows you to build a closer connection and support structure with your faculty members. But essentially what you'll do is take some of the skills that you've learned inside your program and the coursework and apply them through a specific project. And so, for example, for our computer science students, in your final year of coursework at McMurry University, we will have a capstone project design that you will design alongside a faculty member, where you will create a simple software system and then implement that software system over a network. So it gives you tangible skills and experiences that you can have while you're still on our campus before you even go into industry, to demonstrate your skills to potential employers. So not only does it enhance your education, but it provides you opportunities to kind of get that on-the-job experience and training and to learn before you go into industry. And it's also really great on resumes. So when you're applying for jobs post-graduation, employers and firms, they really like to see that you have some of those experiences and skills already, because they know you're equipped to do the job and do the job well. So having those capstone experiences integrated into your Bachelor of Business Administration degree, as well as your computer science degree, are really fundamental and integral into making sure you're prepared, that you are entering in the right field, but also to prepare you with skills that are going to demonstrate that you can do the job, that you can do the job well. So both of these programs will provide you with those opportunities. And I think it's one of the unique aspects of our education at McMurry University.
Thank you, Grant. I think we're pretty much towards the end. My colleague Arushi has posted a couple links for you to, sort of like, join, follow, so you're regularly updated with our university partnerships, with things that we're doing on an everyday level. I'm going to put down my email address for you guys to get in touch in case there's anything that I can help you with. But well, I think it is a fantastic model. We've now got about 5 universities in the US, and the students can transfer, across those 5. So if you're an existing student of CU and you have a university in your mind, but you were especially appealed by McMurry, you can, you're most welcome to join McMurray, apply for McMurray. We'll help you file the formal registration and sign up. And so, of course, you can transfer to McMurray next fall or next Jan if you're taking a SEM2 exam at this point already. Grant, I just wanted to thank you formally. I think we're immensely grateful and honored by the fact that you're here. You gave us your time and attention, and you've explained superbly well on everything that the student will go through at McMurray, and why does it make so much sense to study at Texas. I think the one thing that I also want to add is the state of Texas has a very robust and lucrative tech industry. It has a very robust and lucrative business services industry as well, which makes it a great choice for a student to study in that state. But also, I think it's largely dominant by the likes of the University of Texas. They've got 2 campuses, Houston and Dallas, if I'm not wrong, right? Yeah, so the student community that you're studying with makes a lot of difference, right? So it is home to some of the best universities across the US. And so when you study there and you're accompanied or you're attending student conferences or forums with some of the students from these universities, and I think you develop and grow in a very different way than you would expect So, it's going to be a great choice. I'd pass this on to Grant to give his final word to you guys, and would like to thank him again on all of our behalf.
Praneeth, thank you for hosting this webinar and meeting today. It's been a pleasure to join you all to talk more broadly about our programs and partnership that we have with upGrad and CU. And for those students who are attending, thank you for taking time out of your evening to spend that with us here today to learn more about our programs and how we can benefit you and prepare you to meet your personal goals. And we certainly hope that you will consider transferring to McMurry University in Abilene, Texas, in the States. We would love to have you on our campus and welcome you with open arms. So please reach out to Praneeth or your upGrad contact to work through that transfer process, and we will certainly look out for you when you get here at one of our intakes. So thank you again.
Thanks everybody for joining us. I wish you guys good luck. I've put down my email address. You can always get in touch with me for any questions at all. If you want to get in touch with a couple of students who are already taking up this course with us, if you want to get in touch with me, if you want to visit our office in Delhi, you're more than welcome to. If you want to visit our office in Bangalore, Mumbai, Hyderabad, you're more than welcome to. And I wish you guys good luck. So thank you so much, Grant.